Hey, what's going on, Weavers? Tim here again. In today's video, we're learning how to make a Paracord pop barrel quick release for your keys and or keychain. So this is just a very simple quick release method that you can use to detach and attach certain things to your keychain. In my case, this will be for my CRKT tactical key. And stay tuned to the end of the video for a mini review of that tool. So that being said, let's get into the tutorial. So to start out, I've got a piece of paracord here, and I'm just going to clip off both ends of the paracord, and I'm going to gut my 550 paracord. That's going to make getting the paracord through the pop barrel a lot easier. So pull out those inner guts like so, and you can keep those if you don't have microcord. I will be using microcord in this tutorial, but if you don't have any, you can use those inner guts in place of the microcord. So I've got that done. Now I'm just going to melt the ends of my paracord here, the gutted paracord, just so it doesn't fray. And just do that with my lighter real quick. And of course, always be careful when touching melted paracord. It does get very hot. All right, so I've got my piece of paracord and I've got some microcord now. And what I'm going to do is tie a very small whipping knot, about 3 passes. I do apologize if this tutorial is not super clear because the microcord is very thin. But yeah, just put a slight bend in it like so. And I'm going to start winding that around everything, around the microcord as well as the 550. Okay, I'm going to wind that around about 3 times. And if this method here is unclear, I will link my dedicated tutorial for the whipping knot in this video. So wind that around 3 times, and I've got my loop at the very end. I'm going to put my end of the microcord through that like so. And then I'm going to give a slight tug on that initial cord we put the bend in on the left side. Okay, and then I'm going to firm up that whipping knot. So with that done, I'm going to determine the length of my loop that I want. Okay, so this is the end that's going to go through the pop barrel and will be kind of the part that attaches to your keychain. So I'm just going to adjust the length of that 550. And now I can clip off my excess cord. I'm going to clip off the excess for the microcord. I'll take that off with my scissors and just give it a quick melt with my lighter. You definitely want to do this part because you need that whipping knot to stay secure. Okay, so clip that off. So once that is done, you can guess what we're going to do next. We're going to clip off the excess cord at the very bottom there. So with that excess 550, I'm going to clip off the longer strand. And again, I'm going to take my lighter and melt it. So having this mushroomed out end here by melting it and pressing down on it with my knotter's tool, that's going to prevent that pop barrel as well as the whipping knot from slipping off. So now that is done. Now I'm going to feed this upper loop through the one end of the pop barrel. So I've got the male end, I guess you can call it. And I'm just going to use the microcord to do that. This little trick makes feeding cord through small openings a lot easier. So with my microcord, I'm going to just loop it through and pull it through like so. You can use the gutted strands for this. So that is one end done. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side for the female end. However, the one caveat is that I need this end to be a bit longer because I'm choosing to do a cow's hitch, use a cow's hitch to loop this end onto my keys or my tactical key. So I'm just doing the same thing. I'm tying that small whipping knot again, about 3 passes, and yeah, firm up that little whipping knot like so. And we're going to do this exact same thing. You're going to cut off the excess cord after this, but in this case, I'm going to make the upper loop longer. So I'm just going to adjust that whipping knot to the length that I want it, which is about 2 inches or so. It's really up to you how long you want to make it, and I'm just going to clip off the excess, melt it, and press down again. So now I have my longer piece here. And I'm going to use the same trick with the microcord. I'm going to loop that around the end, and then I'm going to put it right through the other end of the pop barrel. Okay, so put that right through and just give it a quick tug. and pull it through. All right, so that's that. And now I'm gonna actually add some Cobra knots, as you saw earlier. You don't have to do this. This is strictly for decoration. I just thought it'd make it look a bit nicer. But yeah, I'm just gonna take a small piece of gray microcord. I think it matches the kind of greenish cord I have. And I'm just gonna tie a small section of Cobra knots. You don't have to do this. You can do this to both sides if you want. You can do it to one side. I just, for whatever reason, decided to do that to just one end. And yeah, I'm just going to tie some quick Cobra knots. I do apologize if the Cobra knots are unclear here, but I do have a dedicated tutorial on the Cobra knot, which I will link in the video as well. So yeah, it can be a little bit trickier tying Cobra knots with microcord, but I just tied about 5 or 6 knots just to make a nice little decorative section. So with that done, I'm tying the last knot. And now I'm just going to clip off my excess cords on the microcord there. Just snip it and melt it and give it a quick press down. And there we go. So that is the male end. It snaps onto the female end. Now, just one quick thing. You'll have to be aware of the type of pop barrels you use. I've had, good ones and bad ones, and these ones are actually decently secure, but some can be very loose, and you may not want to use those for this type of quick release because, if the sort of tension on that pop tab is too weak, it could just detach way too easily. So this one was okay, the one I had, but I did have to pick out through a few of I only had a handful of these and I picked the best one. So as you can see, I can jangle the keys a bit and it doesn't come apart. So yeah, you can put anything you want on there. You can put your keys. So now getting into my quick review of the CRKT tactical key. Number one is really well made. The end here, or the stabbing implement part of it, is made of hardened steel, and it does have a Phillips screwdriver on the end. The metal part also is fashioned to look like a key, so won't really raise too many eyebrows. Looking at the kind of pommel or grip part of the key, it is made of glass reinforced nylon, so it's not just regular plastic. It is a very durable plastic. And with that rounded grip and those 2 grooves around the key, it does kind of just melt into your hand and provide you with a very secure grip that perhaps using just a regular house key may not provide, because a lot of people will sometimes grip their keys in that grip to prepare to use them as like a defensive tool, but this would work even better because number one, it's much longer, and also your grip on it is way more secure. So this was developed by James Williams, who is a former U.S. Army officer, and he has designed many different knives for CRKT, and he is also a martial arts expert. So yeah, I myself am not an expert. I have trained a bit in martial arts, but you know what? I'm a proponent of the fact that I think the best weapon for self-defense is the one you have on you. And for those of you that may live in a place like I do, where you can't carry a firearm or knife or anything else for that matter for self-defense, technically here in Canada it's illegal, you can just carry this on your keys. And I think, it wouldn't really raise any eyebrows because it does look like a key, and you can always just say, hey, it's a screwdriver, right? But anyhow, I won't get too much into the philosophies of self-defense, but for what it is, these run maybe about like $9 to $10, and I think it's quite a deal. Having this on your keys might give you a bit more peace of mind when walking through that dark parking lot at night, and you may just want to keep a firm grip on it. But at the end of the day, self-awareness and situational awareness, I think, is the number one self-defense tool or skill you can have. But anyways, yeah, the CRKT tactical key, I like it. I think it's really cool, and you may want to check it out for yourself. So you don't have to make a quick release for it. That's just something I wanted to try out. It would work just as fine on a key ring connected to your car keys or whatnot. And if you guys want to get one of your own, you can check out my link in my description box down below. And you can also find links to all the other tools and paracord I use in this video. All right, so that is it for this one, guys. A huge thank you, as always, to my Patreon supporters. If you want access to the exclusive videos, feel free to check out my Patreon page. A link is in the video as well as down below. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you on the next video.